Hi and welcome to Meet the Beat. Today we make home-cooked applesauce. It is sweetened but with very little sugar, so it's actually a perfect substitute for a more unhealthy dessert or whatever you are looking for. We start out by cutting up our apples, and we use this wonderful apple cutter. It's a great tool that if you don't have one, I would recommend you to go buy. When we've cut up the apple pieces, we are just going to slice them up into small cubes. That will make them easier to that'll make them go soft more easily in the casserole. Okay, what we do now is we finish off our apples, and once again, just to show you how brilliant a tool this apple cutter is, we'll just show you once again. That is delicious. Even if you're just going to eat apples as a snack, this is a great way of very fast cutting out the pit of the apple and then just being left with these small apple boats. Now we are going to put the apple cubes into a small casserole, and we're gonna pour water over them. This mix blend thing, we're gonna let it simmer for 15 minutes or so under the lid at medium heat. And in the meantime, we're gonna make some vanilla sugar ourselves. So we take a vanilla pot and we scrape out all of the grains of vanilla, and we just add like a tiny half a teaspoon of sugar to this, and with the knife we can sort of press the vanilla grains into the sugar, and we end up with this little vanilla sugar texture that is so brilliant because we've separated all the grains from each other so that they won't stick and become one mass. And we're actually gonna add this vanilla to our apples after having added sugar. We add in 3 tablespoons, which is not much. We use 4 apples here, so if you think about it, that's quite a little bit of sugar compared to this big amount of apples, and that's just perfect. The sugar is not supposed to be overly sweet. It's only going to just not make the sauce too sour. We add in the vanilla pods as well for maximum utilization of these beautiful vanilla pods. They have so much taste in them that we can just as well use. We also press in the juice of a lemon, and we just let it simmer a little bit more. After around 5 to 7 more minutes, this will be the result that you have. As you can see, the applesauce is coming together, becoming like a real mass. And we take out our pots because of course we're not going to eat those. And as you can see, the small grains of vanilla are so visible in there, it's perfect. You can here actually just press against the sides of the pan with your spoon if you want to make the sauce a little more homogeneous. And this sauce is delicious to be eaten warm, as here, or just it can be completely hot or cold on top of yogurt or whatever you prefer. We put a little bit of freshly whipped cream on top. You could as well use vanilla ice cream or whatever you prefer. And what we also do is we pour a little bit of licorice syrup on top. We are in Denmark, and licorice is just totally overrated here. We use it for everything, and here the licorice syrup is good as it is a little salty, and that's a good twist to this otherwise very sweet dessert, or not very sweet but otherwise sweet dessert. So we enjoyed this applesauce on a rainy, cold fall weeknight,